Hello everyone, welcome to Introduction to Data Mining class. In this unit, we will introduce the concept of classification and n-fold cross-validation. Classification is a process to recognize an object, which belongs to one of the existing groups based on the characteristic of the object and groups. Classification is a two-stage process, including training stage and testing stage. In the training stage, a model, also known as classifier, is built to perform classification, which needs to be trained by the provided instances to learn the characteristic of each group, and thus is called supervised learning. A supervised learning requires intensive computation to build a model, which learn the characteristics of each group. Although it is a time-consuming process, the classifier typically has a better performance than the unsupervised learning algorithm. In the testing stage, the trained model is used to classify an unknown data object and predict the data object as one of the groups that can be recognized by the model. Contrarily, clustering is an unsupervised learning process to group a set of data objects on the basis of the user's specified characteristic without providing any training instances to learn characteristics as described in the classification process. For example, in the movie Harry Potter, the sorting hat is Ascension Hat at Hogwarts that magically determines which of the 4 schoolhouses each new student belongs most to. The sorting hat is an example of classifier. As aforementioned, the classifier needs to be trained by a set of training instances, and thus the performance of the classifier may vary if a different set of training instances is provided. Because of the classifier performance is greatly impact on the quality of the training instances, it is essential to analyze the average performance of a classifier by introducing n-fold cross-validation. An n-fold cross-validation is a model validation process, which equally split the entire dataset into n groups in a random manner. The training and testing process will be repeated n times, where the ith round of training testing process uses group I as testing data and remaining groups for training data. The average performance of the n model produced in the n-fold cross-validation is used to represent the performance of the classification algorithm.